meet you. I really wanted to, have you come on the show and tell your story and stuff like that.
Hey, it's nice to be here, man. I thank you for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, so what made you become a martial artist? Like what was the influence behind that?
My dad. My dad is the founder and creator of our style, Red Dragon Karate. My dad was my hero, and I wanted to be around him, so I went to the studio and started learning martial arts.
That and I hate that you guys get excluded out of everything because y'all pretty much as important as the Shakur side of the family as well. I just hate that they don't put y'all like in the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad people, like it and I enjoy the history and
Yo, 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 welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 765. Hit like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 show, chapter 2. Now let's begin. So, I really had the opportunity of just thinking about this particular topic because I was able to do one of my shows today. So I felt like, let's get back into it and just really want to discuss certain things that's not hardly talked about, especially like in the black community, is trauma bonding. Because I think a whole lot of people just get it misconstrued as far as like relationships, because it's just really like the topic of discussion, especially on social media. And a whole lot of people really think that they were in love, but really you was held captive. You was a prisoner. And it happened to me before, because I would say like in society, you never know who you truly dealing with until you behind closed doors with them. Because people can fake it for a long time. People can put on a facade. People have great acting skills. You feel me? But yet, you never know until y'all both are intertwined or you guys meet planning a sneaky link or one night stand and this and that, whatever. And then after that one night stand, y'all get together. And then that's when you get to really know the person or get to be around them and digest them. And you really realize, like, this person is crazy, this person a lunatic, but it's just the fact, like, you're not so quick to give up on people. You're willing to give people the benefit of the doubt because you have a good heart. Despite what people say about me, I have such a good heart. I let people stay in my life longer than they should have. And I paid for it. And I'm man enough to admit that, everybody wants love, including me. Everybody wants to have someone to call their own and to be able to believe in. And but in all reality, in all retrospect, we can't fix everybody. So stop trying to fix people. Can't be trying to repaint red flags because it's not your responsibility. You're human. Only person or only entity that can fix a broken, damaged, toxic person is God. And we just really need to love ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, a person who also loves themselves will come into our lives and love us unconditionally, with no strings attached, no interior motives, and no, what's that called? Just with no malice, you know? But yeah, just stage one of a trauma bond is love bombing. So when you meet a person, I would say like in a day or two, they will big you up. They will clearly make you like the best thing that ever happened to them. They will put you on this huge pedestal. They will just make you feel like as if you're superhuman, that you're indestructible, that you're perfect, and just can't get enough out of you. And just also play victim and to telling you about their last relationship, why it didn't work out. They was probably cheated on or abused, that they did everything they could for this person and they let them down type thing. So they will lure you in because since you're a good person and since you have empathy, they will make you feel bad. You know, they will really play with your emotions because you're not the type of person to try to hurt anybody. Because even when you're in love with somebody, you know, you want to do right by them because to them, all they know is pain. All they know is tragedy. You don't want to be that person that's on the list. So you would try your best to make sure that you're the knight in shining armor, or you would cater to them through their time of need. But the whole time, it's all about manipulation. And people be playing on people's mental because it's so easy to manipulate people, especially when they're vulnerable. And you got to make sure that you know who you are. You got to know that you're strong. You got to know your limitations. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. One moment. But yeah, it's just all about you being who you are. You know, you got to be in tune with yourself in order for you to pick up on these tactics. Because it's a tactic, it's a way to control you. Instead of you being your own person, they want to control the narrative. They want ownership of you in a bad way, in a evil, sadistic way. And those type of people get all the sympathy from outsiders. Because even your family and friends sometimes will be like, man, they ain't that bad. Maybe you just exaggerating. Or you just scared to let someone come in to love you and change your world. Because you've been single for a long time. It's about time that you settle down and get you somebody. We're not getting no younger. So give it a chance and stuff like that. So when you start noticing particular behaviors and you go to the people that you love, that know you for the longest, they would just think that you scared of commitment, which truly you're not, because you're noticing certain things that shouldn't be appropriate. But because you love these people, you begin to question you. If I'm wrong, or maybe they're right. Maybe I need to give it a chance. Maybe I need to quit being so demanding or delusional or something. So you kick it, whatever beliefs or things that you saw, and you just begin to just allow it to stay, or for them to stick around, because you know you don't know. But yeah, step two: trust and dependency. So usually in a relationship, you guys discuss the boundaries, of course, but you also just explain what you do for a living, how you pay your bills. You pretty much just establish compromisation, or just being it one or whatever, especially when you are living together. And when you living together, whatever dynamic, excuse me, that you guys decide to take it in, whether if it's 50-50 or 100% and zero, or just 80 and 20. So you pretty much develop a game plan to how y'all gonna pay the bills, who does the dishes, who does the trash, who does the laundry, who does the groceries, or just whatever. So you just pretty much go about that. But then it just, everything would be cool. Probably pay like one bill or two bills or something. And then 6 months to a year, you asking your partner for the rent money, and they don't have their half, or they haven't paid the rent. They've been taking your money to go shopping or supplying their habits, and you just looking at them like, so what happened to all the money I gave you? Why are we behind on bills? Why are we getting an eviction notice, shut off notice? What's going on here? We're like, well, I don't care, that's your problem, and blase blase. So it becomes just a sense of betrayal, because you trust this person to be responsible. And this is why I live by myself, because I can't put my comfort zone into somebody else's hands. But when you're around a particular individual who's selfish, who don't care about your well-being, because they've pretty much been raised on survival. So when someone is raised off survival, then it's them against the world. And to them, you are part of the world that they're against, because they feel like I better hurt them before they hurt me. But your intention isn't to hurt anybody. Your intention is to love this person, but they not trying to compromise. But yeah, it's just really be crazy, because you know they big you up in the beginning. Everything is always fun and everything is always great in the beginning, but when time goes on, that's when the insults, the oh, you can't do anything right, or man, you gained so much weight, man, you can't cook, or you ain't washing the dishes properly, just everything that will infuriate you. And whatever secrets or whatever insecurities that you reveal to these particular people, they will use it against you later. So if you're subconscious about your weight, if you're subconscious about your skin, you subconscious about your clothes, or you just have confidence problems, they will use that to hurt you. and laugh when you cry. You know what I'm saying? They would like literally just begin cracking up because the your pain is their amusement, it's their entertainment, it's their enjoyment. Just to watch you suffer, just to watch you just in despair. It's their way of saying like, yeah, they're weak. I got to them, and they ain't going nowhere, and I can do this again because you didn't check this person in the beginning. The first time that they did it, you kind of let it roll right past you because you are in love with them, and you realize people make mistakes. They probably didn't mean it at the time, but they meant that shit. So you have to be very, very careful with just the little things, but even the little things can be powerful if we don't detect them. And number five is always like gaslighting. Wait a minute, not number five, sorry, but number three. But it's just always gaslighting. They would gaslight you like a mug. They would just always just make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, or I did not say that, or I did not do anything. It's just always that. It's always a tug of war with these type of relationships because you're trying to be patient, you're trying to be understanding, but they're not reciprocating. They're not being mature. It's like dating a child, dating a kid mentally, and you guys just have a few days or probably like a week or two when nothing happens, and then one little thing become an argument, every little thing become an issue, and it just gets tough when you're dealing with just a control freak. You can't go out the house, you can't talk to certain family members because they feel like you bad mouthing them to your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother, and nothing like that. But they just want to be in control. They just want to have you think that your own people is bad for you. Oh, you don't need those people. You got me, and this and that. So they would control and limit the people that could have access to you, and it could be very draining because we need to interact with different individuals to remain in high frequency. So when you just talking to one person or just being around one person, it can drain your energy. You can go from literally 100% to 5%, depending on how long does it last or process. It's a dangerous feeling that can cause you to have health problems and could possibly kill you because it all starts mentally, and then it can get emotionally, and then it can become physically. And I felt that before. When you just around a person that's just negative all the time and just woe is me, crying and just really painting themselves as if, how come people hate me so much? Or I don't do anything to nobody. Why bad things happen to me? And just using you as an emotional punching bag or as a teddy bear when this person is grown, this person is an adult. So if you don't know emotional intelligence by now, then something's really wrong with you. And It's not your job to always be there for somebody who just refuse to get help, to get some therapy, get a life coach. Because at the end of the day, we make our own paths, we make our own decisions, our choices, mistakes. Because I made a lot of mistakes. I messed with so many of the wrong people. People that wasn't like in tune with me or didn't have my personality, didn't have my heart. So I understand it. Like, you just want to see the good in everybody. You just want to be there for people because of that's just how you are. But we just have to stop, really stop expecting people to treat us how we treat them. It's supposed to be be good to me and I'll be good to you, or very other things, but it just doesn't work like that. You just don't really realize that you're prey, and these people are the predators. They're hunters. They hunting for people to hurt, and everything isn't about mental illness. It's just plain and simple. People are evil, just evil. They evil. They selfish. They're like a low ranking in the devil's army. Once you realize just the fact that they will sell you out to your enemies and cheat on you, and they will cheat on you with someone that's closest to you. It can be your brother, it can be your father, it could be your cousin, or your best friend. They don't care. And it would just be like premeditation, or they would be planning on doing this because it's not how you cheat, it's who you cheat with. And this person will get someone closest to you because it's just to the point of making sure you suffer, making sure that they got their point across or made a statement like, hey, I got your own best friend or your brother, your father to cheat on you. Well, cheat, you know what I'm talking about. To help me cheat so I can hurt you. So that person never loved you or trusted you either, just as much as I do. So it's a dirty game. And I'm only using relationships as a dynamic, but it could be any relationship that you're be trauma bonded in, especially with a parent and a child. So it just can be very deadly because if you don't know who you're dealing with, you can die. You know what I'm saying? You could die or lose everything if you're not aware of these particular traits that people carry in. But myself, I was able to get a lot of help, to get a lot of therapy in this situation because it's nothing that you do wrong. It's all them. The only thing that you could possibly take accountability for is allowing them to mistreat you that long or allowing them to get away with so much shit instead of loving yourself and putting yourself first. Because at the end of the day, we all just want love. We want somebody to love us. And we're so willing to just tolerate anything. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you put yourself first. You put your best interests in front because everybody isn't looking out for you like you're going to look out for you. And we also meet people for a reason. It's to change us. But it's up to you to figure out if they change you for the better or they change you for the worse. Don't become the people that hurt you. You got to become better. You got to make sure that they know that you're strong enough to go on with your life and live happily. Because people are miserable. Misery loves company, and misery definitely loves social media. You know, they can't wait to tell the world what they did to you. But you're not that person anymore. So it shouldn't matter what a person has to say or what they think because you won. You leveled up. Whether you went back to school, whether if you got a new promotion, whether if you move into a bigger house or you own your own home, it's an upgrade. It's a win. It's just, again, looking yourself in the mirror and apologizing to yourself for allowing things to continue longer than they had to. So you will know next time you meet somebody and they're toxic, they're a narcissist, they're a liar, they're egotistical, you would be able to walk away because you already went through that particular stage before. And it just be funny because everybody, I guess, can't stay single or they can't stay by themselves for a while. And it's cool. You have to be able to be alone so you can reflect. And I reflect a whole lot. And just also realizing that you have a problem with lust or you have a problem with help before you can start looking for love. And you got to ask yourself, what's this love or what's this lust? You know? So, but as a man, I can admit that I'm not perfect. I'm not no saint or anything like that. I just happy that I was able to underwent certain situations so I could give my advice or spread wisdom. That's why I always thank God. I always appreciate God for just sparing my life because things could have went left. I wouldn't have been here if I would have known what I know now. So, but yeah, I'm out, y'all. Just wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes and talk about this particular topic. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. The 1804 Show, Chapter 2. Now, if you want to leave a donation, Cash App, $ the 1804 Show. And have a good night. Be safe. Peace.